Okay. Today we are here with Ms. Trujillo and Isaac, and my name is Aurora Martinez, and I'm doing a spelling strategy. And today Ms. Trujillo is going to observe how I do the spelling strategy, and then she will work on it. A spelling strategy is very useful, especially when you have to teach the students how to spell specific words, and they have to learn it in at least 2 words per week. So this is useful, so students will remember what to do when they work on words on their own. The first step, Ms. Trujillo, is what you do. You select a list of words where the students are. For example, on my list, I selected this document. It has 3 lines where you're supposed to put the word, and then the student will practice. So it's a series of steps that you have to follow. So when the student does it, and they do it daily, they will remember more. So these steps are coming from a course that I took at the University of Arlington, as from Dr. Tice. And Dr. Tice had this document made, and I used it last year. So last year it was very useful. The students were on it. They will know what to do. So when I sit down with them, they will know how the spelling works. So they learn a lot of words doing that every day. So
you do this during your seminars?
yes.
Okay.
Yes. So for example, today I pick up 3 words, and one of the strategies is to pick some words and have like a list of words where you can select the words that you're gonna do.
Mm-hmm.
For example, if he's at starting levels and pre-A, what's gonna happen is I'm gonna select the words, and then we'll work on those. Mm-hmm. And then the next day, they will have an assessment on those words, and we will know if he learned them or not. Okay? So it shouldn't take more than 2 words. I pick up 3 just because if you have 3, just in case the students already know that word, then you have an extra word to work with it. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
So let's say on the first word, I ask the student to see the word and read it. So for example, he's gonna get the marker and he's gonna write the word and. So he will write A, and he will repeat with me A, N, D. Okay? So, and this is also just a side note. When you see that he's not tracing it correctly, what you do, you just correct it. Or you can do, if they're lower students, you will do only the tracing,
Mm-hmm.
not the word, but the tracing
Mm-hmm.
with verbal instructions. So this is useful also for the lower students and upper grade students. Okay? So let's say he already wrote the word and say it, and so he read it, and then what he does, he will spell it. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
So let's spell it: A N D. Okay? So he will read it, and as you saw, he was doing it the other way, right?
Mm-hmm.
So he will do the circle, and then we will practice on that tracing with the D.
Okay.
So, okay? So you will notice that way also. Like the second step will be to point at the word and each letter. So let's say you read it, point at the word, read it,
And
spell it.
A-N-D.
Okay, and then you do it again. But this time, you're gonna close your eyes. Close your eyes for a minute. Hold on, don't write it. Close your eyes, okay? And then spell it for me. A, N,
A-N-D.
D. So they close their eyes and they spell it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? So when they spell it, then I ask him to spell it again and see if he remembers it. And then I cover the 2 that he did.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then he tried to remember,
A-N-D.
and then he write it. Write it. A, N, D. Okay? So when he has that, and then we check it one letter by letter. So
Mhm.
what do you have? A.
A-N-D.
Do you have the same thing? Yes. So if he does it correctly, then you move on to the next word.
Okay.
If he doesn't do the last one on his own, then what you do, you pick, you do it again, the same word,
Mhm.
and then that will be it. for the day.
Okay.
Okay, so then what you would do is you would read the second word. You will get the second word, and let's say it's you. Okay, so we will do the same thing, and we will write you. Let's read it. You, okay, and then spell it. Y.
Y
Uh-huh.
O
O. U. O. U. Okay. Let's spell it again.
Y O and U.
Okay, and then you close your eyes.
Y O and U.
Okay, and can you write it on your own? Yes, okay. Let's do it. Okay, now let's check it letter by letter. And then you say
Y,
uh-huh,
O, U.
and you, and he has the same.
Mm-hmm.
See, like also it works like if you see that the words are too easy, like for him, he may already know them, but if he doesn't, it will be taking a little bit longer. But right now, like he knows the word, so, and I have, let's say I have another different word, so I can ask him. Okay. And that's the way how you do it, okay? So just to review, so the first step will be have your 3 lines, and then it will be spell the word, and then once that he spells the word, he closes the eyes, and then when they close the eyes, they cover, and then they try to write it on the own. Then once that they write it, they spell it one more time. And then if they didn't do it, then you do it again. And you cannot do more than 2 or 3 words in this session. Okay? So if you do this every day, it will be very helpful to the students. Okay?
So these are in kinder just the list of high frequency words that we get.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And then also, like, let's say on this one, I noticed that he did the D. Let's try the D.
Yeah.
Let's do the D. So the
Write
teacher
D.
can see it. Write the D. Okay, the lowercase. Yeah, the lowercase.
I.
Okay, that's okay. Very good. Okay, so I also have my verbal instructions for the letters in English and Spanish. And then what you do, you will ask him and tell me how to write it. Like, let's say for him is D, so you will tell him like around like a C, and then up and down. So you give exactly the verbal instructions, so he could fix that one. Because you
Okay.
see that it's a different trace that he does, up, down, and then he goes back.
Okay.
So let's do this one, and then start like a C. Like a C. Let's start on the top. Let's start on the top. No. Let's go ahead and start on the top and go down. Okay? Okay, start on the top. Go down and then up and down. Or up over here and then down. Just do the line down. Okay? Okay? No. Hold on. Start like a C. Let me do it over here for you. So start, you're gonna do it over here, I'll do it over here, okay? Start on the top, start over here, on the top, okay, and go down, like a C, over here. You're gonna do it over here, and I'll do it over here, okay? Start over here, start over here and go down. No, that's okay. Start over here and go down. Let's go. No, go over here, start over here on the top, go down. Okay, got it? Okay, go. There you go, and then go up, start over here, and then down. D, okay? So the trace for the D, so he can go start like a C, and then you try with him again. Start with the C, go down, and then up and down.
Okay.
So that way, sometimes, I mean, it could be like that, either or. But that way you notice like what's going on with the trace, okay? So the other part is like on the bilingual classes, you also have that. And I used it also in the Spanish one. So let's say for him, I will select like 3 words in Spanish, and it will be the same way. You will have the 3 words that you selected, and you also have the verbal instructions. So that way, when you give the word, he will be ready to spell it. Uh-huh.
Mhm.
Yeah, and what all that you do is you just have the 3 lines, so it works for you. It's easy. So, would you like to try it? Let's have an easier word and up and in. Just pick one.
Mhm.
Okay, and I'm leaving. Okay, first write the word. Read the word.
Okay. Up.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So you're going to
You
copy
spell it,
U-P.
and then say the words. Say the words. Say the letters.
U and P.
Okay, and
Up.
then
Mm-hmm. And then you are going to spell it.
U P.
Good job. U-P. Now, close your eyes. Spell the word.
U P.
Okay. You think you're able to write it on your own? All right.
okay, and then just read it, and then
Mhm.
check it,
So read it again.
and then
Okay.
spell it. Uh-huh.
Spell it.
U P.
Okay.
Yes, up, and then so since you have just a limited time in doing guided reading, is it
Mhm.
like 2 minutes per word? You know, like it's
Mhm.
like 2-3 minutes on word work. So this is enough, like 2 words every time.
Okay.
So if you do different words every day, I mean, you can either do it by week or by day, depending on the level of the students.
But this is a small group. This is not
Yes.
whole group.
No.
Okay. Small group. Okay.
Okay.
Sounds good.
Thank you.